I had a dream, and then I turn on the lights and she's dead on the floor.
How?
I have blood all over me, and there's a bloody knife on the bed, and I think I did it.
Nestled in the quiet suburban neighborhood of Patuxent Drive in Raleigh, North Carolina, Lauren and Matthew Phelps were a couple whose lives were seemingly destined for happiness. But behind closed doors, a different story emerged. One of whispered secrets, unspoken resentment, and a thirst for control. Matthew was not just your average husband, he was a church pastor in the making, a man of God. It begins with the union of Lauren and Matthew Phelps, a couple whose starkly different backgrounds and lifestyles set the stage for a tumultuous relationship. As the cracks in their marriage deepened, financial strain, infidelity suspicions, and control issues cast a shadow over their once promising love story. But nothing could have prepared anyone for the fateful night of September 1st, 2017, when a chilling 911 call shattered the silence and revealed a twisted web of deceit and horrifying intentions. Welcome to the DetectiVerse, where we travel into the universe of solved and unsolved crimes and mysteries from all corners of the galaxy. Join us as we unravel what truly sent shivers down the spine of everyone involved in this case. In a sickening twist, this supposed man of faith cleaned himself of blood before alerting the authorities and stating he did not know what happened. Lauren Phelps was born in 1988 and raised in Kentucky. She had a close-knit family with her parents and two sisters. They shared strong religious and traditional values, which bound them together even tighter. Among her loved ones, Lauren shared a special bond with her father Dale and her sister Beth. Back in middle school, she briefly crossed paths with a boy named Matthew Phelps, but their connection seemed fleeting, and they went their separate ways in high school. Lauren eventually settled in Raleigh, California, where Matthew remained in Kentucky. However, fate had other plans for them. Years later, Matthew reached out to Lauren on Instagram, sparking a renewed connection. Despite the distance, their relationship flourished. Matthew would soon visit Lauren in Raleigh, and soon enough, he decided to relocate just to be with her. While most of Lauren's family supported the couple's blossoming romance, Dale had reservations about Matthew, though he kept his concerns hidden and chose his daughter's happiness above all else. On one particular night, Dale's doubts about Matthew were proven right. They were at Lauren's parents' house for game night when Matthew confessed that he had been married before. Lauren's parents were confused and began to question Matthew's character since he was young and already divorced. They were worried about Lauren because she wanted a serious relationship leading to marriage. Nevertheless, she still hoped to build a future with Matthew, and so they did. The couple got engaged in 2015 and had a Star Wars-themed wedding in 2016. Their Instagram photos portrayed them as the perfect couple, giving others relationship goals. While Lauren's family enjoyed a close bond, Matthew's upbringing was quite the opposite. Raised primarily by his grandparents, he had limited contact with his mother, who was sporadically present, and his biological father was entirely absent from his life. His mother went through multiple marriages, but none of his stepfathers provided the nurturing father-son connection he craved. This fractured family dynamic during his formative years led Matthew to act out. In high school, Matthew fell in with the wrong crowd and began engaging in substance abuse and reckless behavior. Alongside his friends, he began misusing over-the-counter medications like Coricidin. Coricidin is the name of an over-the-counter cough and cold drug containing dextromethorphan chlorpheniramine malate. He exploited the drug's potential for a quick thrill. This addiction took hold, which prompted his grandparents to intervene. They removed Matthew from public high school and enrolled him in a private Christian academy, hoping to redirect his life onto a more positive path. This change proved beneficial as Matthew's grades improved, and he eventually went on to attend Clear Creek Baptist Bible College in Pineville, Kentucky. It seemed that he had made significant progress from his troubled high school years. Matthew's aspiration to become a pastor added another layer to their relationship. In the Baptist church they attended, a pastor takes on the role of leading church services, delivering sermons, and occasionally providing guidance and counseling to members. This position holds significant responsibility within the church community. While in a non-denominational church, a pastor's role is more akin to an elder, involving decision-making regarding projects, donations, and the overall direction of the church. Lauren, already deeply involved in her local church, was supportive when Matthew expressed his desire to pursue pastoral studies. She embraced his aspiration wholeheartedly and stood by his side as he embarked on this new path, further deepening their shared involvement in their faith community. However, as Lauren and Matthew navigated their married life, irreparable issues began to surface, straining their relationship. The most significant obstacles stemmed from the stark contrast in familial acceptance. While Lauren's family embraced Matthew, his own family did not extend the same warmth to Lauren. His mother in particular treated her poorly, causing tension and discomfort. One notable incident occurred during their engagement party when Matthew's mother arrived wearing a white dress to divert attention away from Lauren. Throughout their relationship, Lauren and Matthew's mother maintained a distant and strained rapport, fraught with forced turmoil. Their contrasting upbringings and lifestyles in their teenage years created a divide that made coexistence challenging. The differences between Lauren and Matthew extended beyond their family backgrounds, impacting their compatibility as a couple. Lauren was a driven and independent woman, juggling multiple jobs to ensure financial stability. She worked as an auditor, a daycare worker at her church, and even participated in a multi-level marketing company. In contrast, Matthew had a distaste for work and faced consistent difficulties in finding and maintaining employment. He followed a predictable cycle of securing a new job, only to abruptly leave without offering clear explanations. In an effort to salvage their marriage and impress Lauren, Matthew made the decision to return to college to become a pastor for their church. However, Matthew's inconsistent employment was not the only source of financial strain. He exhibited reckless spending habits, exceeding their budget on unnecessary items like electronics and gaming equipment. Lauren once confided in her parents that Matthew had a spending problem, as he would spend more than what he would make. Separately, there were no issues, but once married, when they combined their bank accounts, Lauren saw a side of Matthew she never knew. To make matters worse, he started taking money from their savings or even pilfering cash from Lauren's purse. According to Lauren's family, she had approximately $10,000 in savings before marrying Matthew, but shortly before her untimely demise, she had less than $1,000 left. These financial disputes added to the couple's frequent arguments and prevented them from pursuing shared goals. Despite their shared love for Star Wars and their aspiration to save for a trip to Disney World, any progress made towards that goal would be undermined as Matthew would selfishly divert the funds for his personal indulgences. The strain on Lauren and Matthew's relationship was further exacerbated by unsettling suspicions of infidelity. A neighbor named Valerie became a source of concern for Lauren, as Matthew frequently confided in and spent time with her. There was a particular incident recounted by Lauren's sister Beth, where Lauren was cooking dinner for Matthew while talking on the phone with Beth. When Matthew arrived home from work, he casually mentioned that he was going to hang out with Valerie. Later, he texted Lauren saying, "Just eat dinner without me. I'm having way too much fun with Valerie." Interestingly, Matthew displayed a different reaction when Lauren had male friends. The couple engaged in numerous fights fueled by jealousy, with Matthew expressing concerns about a male church acquaintance who he suspected had feelings for Lauren. These conflicts eroded trust between them without any substantial reason, causing Lauren to push back against Matthew's unfounded suspicions. By this point, Lauren was on the brink of leaving Matthew, unable to endure his immaturity and questionable behavior any longer. However, their tumultuous relationship took an abrupt and tragic turn on September 1st, 2017, when Matthew made a late-night call to a 911 dispatcher. The events that unfolded would forever change their lives. Around 1 a.m., a 911 dispatcher received a call from Matthew, but his behavior seemed suspicious, as if he was feigning delirium. He claimed that he had accidentally stabbed his wife to death while he was dreaming and woke up to the horrifying sight of her lifeless body. Matthew's side of the conversation with the dispatcher revealed his shock and disbelief at the gruesome scene before him. He described finding blood on himself and a bloody knife on the bed, leading him to believe that he was responsible for the tragedy. His distress was evident as he repeated, "I can't believe this, I can't believe this," and expressed his confusion about the time. Through tears, he tearfully informed the dispatcher that his 29-year-old wife was unresponsive and not breathing. Soon after this portion of the call, Matthew confessed to acting strangely and offered a troubling excuse for his actions. He admitted to consuming an excessive amount of Coricidin, cough and cold medicine, acknowledging its potential to induce pleasurable sensations. He claimed to have taken the medication to aid his sleep, though his choice and its consequences were now hauntingly clear. Within a matter of seconds, the police arrived at the scene hoping to save Lauren's life. However, upon reaching the hospital, she was tragically pronounced dead. During the subsequent autopsy, it was revealed that Lauren had suffered a shocking 123 stab wounds. As investigators examined the crime scene, an eerie feeling settled in. Everything appeared staged and inauthentic, from the perfectly placed knife on the bed to the Coricidin cough medicine neatly laid out on the bathroom counter, seemingly supporting Matthew's claim. The investigators deemed the placement of the items as suspiciously orchestrated. When they arrived, Matthew had very little blood on him, apart from a few drops on his shirt and some on his shoes. His attempt to clean himself up raised eyebrows and cast doubt on his account. The fact that he felt the need to clean himself before calling 911 only added to the growing suspicion that he was attempting to conceal his involvement. The pieces of the puzzle painted a disturbing picture, suggesting a deliberate and calculated act rather than the result of a dream gone awry. The investigation was now focused on unraveling the truth behind the gruesome crime that had claimed Lauren's life. At the crime scene, Matthew's demeanor underwent a complete shift. He appeared emotionless and spoke to the police in a detached and matter-of-fact manner. Given the circumstances and mounting evidence against him, the authorities promptly took him into custody as the primary suspect. It seemed highly likely that Matthew was responsible for the brutal murder of Lauren. As previously mentioned, Matthew had disclosed to Lauren's family during their dating phase that he had experienced a failed marriage. According to him, his ex-wife had cheated on him after meeting someone else during a missionary trip. This story was presented as the reason for their divorce. However, Brooke Truitt, Matthew's first wife, came forward and contradicted his account. In an interview, she revealed that his claims were far from the truth and infidelity was not the sole reason for their relationship's demise. Brooke Truitt shared a strikingly similar experience to Lauren's. She also faced challenges with Matthew's financial irresponsibility, lack of contribution to their shared life, and his infidelity, as he cheated on both Truitt and Lauren multiple times. It appeared that he had a pattern of problematic behavior and a history of deceitful actions, leading to a growing suspicion that he may have been involved in Lauren's tragic death in a far more sinister manner than he claimed. The investigation delved deeper into his past relationships and sought to uncover the truth behind his troubled history and the circumstances surrounding Lauren's untimely demise. Prior to her tragic death, Lauren had confided in her family about the controlling nature of her relationship with Matthew. She often contemplated leaving him, but her strong religious beliefs made her hesitant to consider divorce as a last resort. This struggle between her desire to make the marriage work and her increasing unhappiness with Matthew's behavior weighed heavily on her. During the investigation into Matthew's motives, a journal was discovered. In his writings, he expressed feelings of low self-esteem, insecurity in his relationship with Lauren, and a sense of not fitting in with her family. These internal struggles seemed to contribute to his deteriorating mental state. Another neighbor, who remained anonymous, was questioned regarding Matthew's behavior. Although they initially bonded over struggles with depression and anxiety, their relationship was strictly platonic. However, during their interactions, Matthew began discussing dark topics such as suicide and death, likely aware that this neighbor owned a licensed and concealed firearm. Further revealing Matthew's disturbing mindset, investigators uncovered a secret Instagram account under the handle Marty_Radical. While the account was private, its posts contained references to the devil and demons, reflecting Matthew's fascination with such themes. The account also featured numerous screenshots from the movie American Psycho, Matthew's favorite film, where he idolized the protagonist, Patrick Bateman. He even went as far as dressing up as the character himself for Halloween. Disturbingly, shortly before he murdered Lauren, Matthew posted an Instagram photo with a chilling caption that read, "Everyone thinks I'm a serial killer. #FoundAnAngelToKill. This ominous statement raised concerns about his state of mind and his sinister intentions. With each piece of evidence coming to light, a clearer picture of Matthew's motives began to emerge. His controlling behavior, feelings of inadequacy, fascination with dark themes, and admiration for a fictional serial killer painted a chilling portrait of a disturbed individual. The investigation continued to unfold, driven by the quest for justice and the need to understand the true extent of Matthew's dark motives. Matthew's first hearing began on September 5, 2017. Prosecutors presented a strong case against Matt, utilizing all the evidence and information gathered during the investigation. They argued that Matt was fully aware of his actions when he killed Lauren, countering his claim of a delirious accident. The crucial piece of evidence that pointed to premeditation was Matthew's search history on his phone. His Google searches included queries about the effects of quercetin and whether others had gotten high from it. These searches indicated that Matt had already planned to use the cough medicine as a cover-up for his heinous act. Additionally, investigators conducted a luminal test at their apartment to detect any traces of blood that he may have attempted to clean up. The test revealed the presence of Lauren's blood throughout the bathroom, which supported the suspicion that Matthew had tried to conceal evidence before the arrival of the authorities. Combined with other evidence, such as the staged appearance of the crime scene, Matthew's disturbing Instagram posts, and the revelation of his troubled mindset through his journal, the prosecution managed to build a strong case against him. Throughout the trial, the courtroom witnessed the grim reality of a marriage marred by deception, control, and violence, leaving Lauren's family and the community seeking justice for her tragic death. The defense attorney representing Matthew faced a challenging task in defending him, given the weight of evidence against him. Their main argument centered around Matthew's unstable and depressed state of mind, suggesting that his actions were out of character. They presented letters from Matthew's co-workers over the years, attesting to his seemingly non-violent nature and supporting the defense's argument. However, these testimonials could only provide limited support in light of the substantial evidence presented by the prosecution. The trial concluded on October 5, 2018, with Matthew accepting a plea deal and pleading guilty to first-degree murder. He was subsequently sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. During the sentencing, Matthew expressed an apology to Lauren's family, but they found no solace in his words and were unable to forgive him. The courtroom was filled with Lauren's family members and church community who attended to witness the sentencing and raise awareness about domestic violence. In victim statements given on the same day, Lauren's family members shared the profound impact her death had on their lives. They spoke of the immense pain, ongoing struggle, and the permanent damage that Matthew's actions had brought upon them. Lauren's mother, Lori Hugelmeyer, tearfully expressed the deep heartbreak she endured, emphasizing how Matt's actions shattered her and left her forever changed. Despite their grief and self-blame for not intervening in the relationship sooner, Lauren's family has chosen to channel their pain into a positive cause. They established an organization called Lauren's Light, dedicated to raising awareness about abusive relationships and domestic violence. Through their efforts, they honor Lauren's memory and strive to prevent others from experiencing similar tragedies. Lauren's family continues to navigate the difficult path of healing and remembering their beloved daughter, while actively working to make a difference in the lives of those affected by domestic violence. As we come to the end of the blood-chilling story of Lauren and Matthew Phelps, it leaves us grappling with unanswered questions and a sense of lingering curiosity. The devastating loss of a vibrant young life serves as a somber reminder of the depths human darkness can reach. But why did Matthew do it? Was it the culmination of a lifetime of troubled relationships and personal demons? Let us know your thoughts down below.